Hi guys, it's Carrie with Rockin G Farm. Today it is a beautiful day here on the farm. Probably one of the first days that we're actually able to get out and not feel like we are breathing in water from all the humidity here. But it's the day that this porch has got to be cleaned up. We are taking down almost all of our summer stuff, getting all the summer stuff organized and getting ready for fall here on the farm. And we're gonna get started with the wraparound porch. So follow along today and let's get some cleaning done here on the farm. Is my favorite pot for the season. It is extremely unruly right now and I need to trim it back a lot, and we've got a lot of grasshopper damage on it, a lot of weeds growing up in it, but this is my favorite pot. It has sweet potato vine in it. It has some beautiful sedum in it right there. Can't see it because of the sweet potato vine, so I need to do that. And then it has some gomphrena, and in the back it has some lavender. Let's see if I can get back here. It has some lavender back here, and it didn't have some flowers in here. I don't know what the names of them were, but they have succumbed to, yeah, whatever. And then we have weeds that just come everywhere because we are in the middle of a cow pasture, and it's going to take, I think, generations to get the weeds out of this cow pasture because they just want to grow freaking everywhere. So this is my favorite bush. I'm going to trim it up, make it look better. Hunter's going to be mowing today, and he doesn't like to mow around any of this stuff on the ground, so I'm going to make sure that I have it trimmed up and out of his way for that. So let's go ahead and give it some water. It looked a little dry in there, and maybe it'll make those gomphrena continue to bloom in this unbelievable heat, which is typical for Arkansas. Nothing different, as people think, oh, it's all different. No, this is the typical Arkansas heat. Been here my whole life. This is it. Same thing. And then I'm going to do my little bush down here, give him a little fertilizer water in there, and then I'll try to come in there and get some of those weeds out. But we've got some more flowers up here. need some more water in that. Yeah, that's empty, but just trying to make this part just kind of growing crazy and wild. It all needs to be pruned and made pretty again. But I'm excited about my Rose of Sharon bush. It's finally started to bloom. Of course, these blooms are spent, but we can see we're going to get a new one right there. I usually get a lot of aphids and everything on this. So far, cross our fingers, I don't have aphids on it this summer, so we'll see. But I've also got some pink gomphrena in here with it. And over here, let me show you in amongst the weeds, one seeded right over here. So this tree is going to go back in the fairy garden, and my Japanese maple is going to go in the fairy garden. All this stuff over here is going to go in the fairy garden. The water feature, the mushrooms, everything. So I'm excited about having this here. So we'll have to protect that so it doesn't get pulled out thinking that it is a weed. But we're excited here. So let me go get some more water and give this stuff up here that needs some fertilizer before we finish up on the power washing of the wraparound deck. Alright guys, I need help with my hydrangeas. I know this is some sort of fungus or something. I did spray some copper fungicide on it a little bit just to kind of see how it would do in little spots. Still seems like it is doing that. Looks like it needs a lot of fertilizer. However, my concern is it doing this because it is on the west side of the house and it is getting full sun from noon until 8 o'clock. No shade. It is just completely sun. So here it is. There's this one. We have 3 of them, and I was going to go ahead and plant them in the ground here because the roots are starting to come out the bottom of the pot, but I'm not really for sure if I should put them here or bring them around to the front of the house where they get some sun, but not the 12 o'clock to 8 o'clock at night full sun that is super hot. I didn't know if this was scorching because I water them all the time. I mean, they're all right here beside a water spigot, and we only have the water hose off now because we're fixing to mow, but the water hose is always here, so every time I come out I water them. So I'm trying to figure that out. And this one also had an issue. It started dying on this branch, so I think I might try somehow to branch it up and just use this one branch here and make it kind of like use this one branch here and make it kind of like a standard, because all of this is really it's a little lime. It's been in this bucket forever, and I don't know. So if y'all think that it's just the area that I have them in, too much heat, too much sun, I know we have tons of humidity, so that might be a lot of the reasons why we have a lot of the fungus on the petal, on the foliage, but I'm not really for sure. So anybody who is better at hydrangeas than I am, if you will write in the comments what I should do, if I should move them. Let me show you where I would move them. Move them to this area here that is in front of the house, and it has a little area that's down. So they would be in here. I would try to take them out of their pots and get them in the ground, but I can't tell you if I could, because as this was parking, and it does have a lot of the gravel in the bottom of this. Of course, the weeds have gone crazy. It's been too hot to get out here. You could really hurt yourself in the heat out here. So right here, so you can kind of see this, it's probably about 10 o'clock, and you kind of see just a little bit of the light, kind of see where the light hits. And later, a little bit later in the day, this shade area does go back a little bit, and maybe right to the end of the railroad ties. So they do get some sun, but it is not the sun from absolutely no trees. So we'll do that. And this is all the stuff that we're fixing to power wash. We're pulling all this stuff out, power washing it, cleaning it up, paint it if it needs to be painted, and put it back on the porch and get ready for the fall on the porch. So that's what I'm kind of thinking. Let me show you the other side. This other side here, and then that's the rest of the stuff off of the porch there that we're fixing to power wash the porch. That's full of weeds. I had my farmer's hand has not been here since I think all of August, because he had band camp start and everything, so I didn't have any help, and it was just way too hot to get out here. So this is all weeds right here, but we would put it we'd probably flank them on either side of the front porch there. They will not get a lot of sun, but you can kind of see right here how the beginning of the sunflowers, when the sun starts coming overhead, you can kind of see how there's extra sun on the sunflowers. And at some point, all of these sunflowers do get sun. Even a little bit of the roses, it doesn't get up onto the porch, but the very first part, if you can see how the sunflowers are getting sun, it does that all the way through, and maybe just a little past my car, but it does not on the other opposite side of the stairs. Let me show you. The opposite side of the stair where the whatever, yeah, that thing there that I would know any other time you would ask me. It won't get a lot of sun there. Now this one will get just a little bit more than that one. If I put the two hydrangeas there that match, and then I have one that is, two of them are the same thing and one of them something different. I can't remember which one's which, but what do you think? Do you think that they would go better here than on the opposite side of the house because of too much sun? Because we're extremely humid and we get up to 100 degrees. Sometimes it feels like 111. And extremely, extremely humid. So let me know in the comments so I can try to save my hydrangeas, because this is the fourth summer I've had them, and I really want to keep them and make them flourish. I just need to figure out where I need to put them. Any help will be greatly appreciated. Okay guys, I didn't get Hunter power washing the porch because I was making lunch or supper for the family tonight, but you can see it looks a lot better. It's still a little bit wet, but we got all the dirt off, we got some of the bugs off, we got chicken off where the chickens have come up here when they shouldn't have, but now we're starting with a clean slate, ready for the fall. Yeah, we have a baby here today. Yeah. Okay, so just look at all this. Oh, it just looks so much better. So much better. So, oh, just looks so clean. Oh, awesome. Okay, so I'm going to have to find some pillow shams to cover those up for the fall. So I'll take those in. I think I might try to wash them somehow and get those done. But awesome, look at this. And so we took everything that I was going to power wash off of the deck. I meant to take that down and power wash that, but I can do that just a little bit later. So we took some of the chairs and the rugs out there. We're going to power wash that. I've got some pots and stuff I'd like to power wash before I put them away for the fall. And looking good here. Everything's looking good. Like you saw a while ago, I fertilized, and you can see how the gomphrena is kind of perked up and liked that fertilizer there. Yeah, okay. So now we have to do this side. So we've got the power washer there. Oh, it looks like he did power wash this part here a little bit. Let's see down here. Oh yeah, he got this. So we have chickens that don't want to go into the coop, and so they come out here and they roost right here, and they were just ruining this. So we're trying to get them away from this. So he did power wash this. Let me see. Yeah, he did get some of that stuff off of there. Yeah. And I have to put this sheet up across here at night so that the chickens won't come up the stairs and poop all over my deck. So we've still got that, and we still have all of this to do. I've got a lot of stuff right here that needs to go back into the greenhouse, and there is Coco. He's been with the family for, oh goodness, 13 years maybe. He is now blind and deaf, and so he sits up here and he makes a mess on the porch too, so we have to clean up his area back here. So we will finish this up and get this all cleaned up and ready for the fall here on the farm. Hey guys, one thing that I really super hate is having outside lights on at night, because the bugs just come over this. And y'all probably don't have this problem because y'all are not in the cow pasture. See, we are in a cow pasture, so we have lots of bugs. They all just kind of just land here and die at some point in time. And so I have scrubbed and scrubbed and scrubbed. He just power washed. I'm going to come out here with some scrubbers and some Dawn and try to get this up before I get the door ready for our fall arrangements. And right here, see, let me show you. Yeah, there's Mr. Frog right there on the door. So we have those out here. I did have a green tree frog out here a minute ago before he power washed. I don't see him anymore. Okay, so let me get this area clean, and hopefully we'll have this area ready for the fall. Thanks for joining us today as we cleaned off the front porch, preparing for fall. And guys, make what